All right, this is group 5. This is the case study number 10, Tragic Choices. Case study, this is group 5. My name is Mario Munoz, member A.
I'm Les Rose, member B.
Edwin Vaught, member C.
All right, I'm going to get started here. Herd immunity refers to selected C, the proportion of the population which must be vaccinated to provide protection to those individuals who cannot or do not receive the vaccination. And because herd immunity describes the type of immunity that occurs when the vaccination of a portion of the population provides protection to uninfected individuals.
Good deal.
Yep. For the record, I'm on a cell phone and my camera, so I may be a little shaky or in and out of frame. TA, so just so you know. Because I've got it turned sideways and zoomed in so I can see this question. So I don't know if y'all can see me or not.
Yeah, we can see.
Okay. So I'm going to try and participate here.
Okay.
All right. So question 2, what causes measles? We all have said A, a virus. It is an infection caused by the Rubella virus.
There you go.
All right. Which logical fallacy did Andrew Wakefield and his 12 other co-authors commit in reaching their conclusions in the 1998 Lancet article? And we all put, I think it is appeal to authority, which is A, because they were all doctors and experts in their field, passing on their information. So this is one of the researchers committing an appeal to authority, or are they researchers doing something else? So,
Yeah, this is Wakefield. They were doing the study on.
Well, they were the ones that were saying they did 12 people. They only did 12 people. And they wrote a paper about how the measles MMR was causing autism. But they didn't do their due diligence, and then later find out that they were being paid by the
he was developing
pharmaceutical
a
company.
new medication for measles or something like that.
Right.
And so he was kind of throwing off the results. So I thought it was appeal to authority. I guess obviously that's not right, but I don't know. I'm thinking now false cause, like.
Oh, so what is faulty analogy? And I know Les is the one that usually does our looking up stuff, but I don't think he has access right now.
I'm incapacitated.
This fallacy consists in assuming that because two things are alike in one or more aspects, they are necessarily alike in some other respect. For example, no one objects to a physician looking up a difficult case in medical books.
It's funny how that references medical.
Yeah, I know. That's crazy. And what was the other one? What was what's a false cause? Which is
false cause.
Occurs when one cites to sequential events as evidence that the first caused the second. There you go. So the MMR caused
the autism. There it is.
So
Would be a
I
false
feel
cause.
comfortable doing the false cause.
Yeah,
I agree.
So we'll highlight that one and see where it goes.
Yep.
All right. Do number 4. What is the appropriate term used to describe the kind of study conducted by Kay Madsen and her co-authors on Danish children? We all selected epidemiological, which is you just observe the population. You don't, it may be unethical to actually do the actual experimental, so you have to do epidemiological.
Yep. All right. This is one we had a question on. True or false? Vaccines are safe for all children. Keyword is all. we all believed it was true. However, the feedback was, do you think it would be safe to give vaccines to children who are sick? Remember that the video said vaccines are safe for healthy people. Well, I guess that makes it false based on the word all children.
Yeah. And I struggled with that one too before I even answered it, because I was thinking like, man, nothing is absolute.
Right.
And it says in the video that it said it's safe for it said it's safe for everyone, but they could have, like, 1 in 100,000 could have a severe allergic reaction.
There's a
But
reaction.
it never said anything about being not safe. That was
Right.
where it kept throwing me off. That's where I kept wondering, like, man, I don't know.
Well, I just assumed, if someone is sick, you wouldn't give them immunization because they're not healthy enough and their body probably couldn't handle accepting. They're sick. I mean, they're sick, so why would you try and give them something when their body's not able to accept it? That was my thinking. They were like, okay, well, just in general terms, everybody.
Yeah, same here. Because it's like 1 in a million. So I mean, that's pretty much, there's there's a small chance that it's not going to, So I thought it was, false or true as well. We were wrong. So
Right.
alrighty. So 6.
Mine. The investigation by Honda et al. Involving population study in Japan, in which 31,426 children born between 1988 and 96 were tracked until age 7, was an epidemiological study. And we all put true because this is what type of study it is. Like, that's what a epidemiological study is.
There you go.
Number 7 here. If Andrew Wakefield's hypothesis regarding autism in the MMR vaccine was correct, what pattern should have been apparent in the results presented by Hideo Honda and his co-authors from their study in Yokohama, Japan, in which the MMR vaccine was no longer given after 1992? We all selected B, that autism rates should have decreased over the years of their study, because according to Wakefield's study, MMR causes autism, and there's no longer any autism or MMR vaccines given. The rates should go down, but they stayed the same or went even higher. So
right. All right, number 8. That's mine. Yeah.
Yep.
All right. Get back to it here. All right. Think again about the dramatic rise in the number of autism cases reported over the last 20 to 30 years. Which of the following hypotheses might potentially explain some or all of the dramatic increase? And we had a couple of different questions. I chose E, that each of the hypotheses alone or together might help explain the increase. Eddie, I think you picked A individually, thinking that it would be the only one. She asked why only A, which means it's going to be more than A. But I believe all three, all A, B, and C together and or separately would help explain the increase. They were big dog.
Yeah. Since you put that, I get it. But my thinking is just because we change how we define autism doesn't make it. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you change how you define autism, does that make more cases or less cases? I mean, I guess it would, but
I think, like, before, we would have just kind of all lumped them in as like a mentally challenged or mentally retarded. I mean, and kind of grouped it all down. We're like, okay, well, these are mentally challenged in a different way. These are autistic. These are, So that's why I was, why I was thinking that it would, A, B, or C would work.
Yeah.
Well, and then if you look at C, it's a better training on the part of teachers and social workers at identifying children who suffer from autism. But again, I guess I didn't associate that with training teachers why would that increase the amount of but if I see now that I see the second part of that, especially mild cases, so if somebody just is kind of slow or whatever and they just get passed on year after year and
Right.
it's never identified, then I
Yeah.
can see how that works.
Yeah. I thought of it as like a spectrum. Real light on one side, but then as you move down the line, it gets heavier and
Yeah.
more advanced. So that definition of autism could kind of be broadened to include those light, not as severe cases.
Yeah, I think, maybe before they just would have been put in the classes that weren't as advanced.
Yeah.
They were slow kids, but
Yeah.
now it's okay. They're not slow; they're autistic.
They are autistic.
Right.
All right, number 9. The original study conducted by Andrew Wakefield involved, and it was only a dozen subjects, and this is considered an inadequate sample size, which to draw valid conclusions. And we all came up with the same answer.
Yep. 10 is the one I got wrong. Imagine you're a member of the Center for Disease Control's Quick Response Team. You have been sent into a remote village in the Congo to help suppress an outbreak of waterborne bacterial disease. It can be lethal to large numbers of people quickly. Which of the following actions would be one of the first things that you would do when you arrive on site? I selected A. I remember seeing this one and thinking that, I was thinking that D, I don't know why I put A. I don't know. I thought it would be like you would give them homeopathic antibiotics, like natural antibiotics. Then you would want to determine what wells they were drinking from. So, like, to isolate those wells. And, but she didn't mention anything on y'all's, and y'all put B and C only. So, I mean, I'm good rolling with I guess homeopathic antibiotics, that's maybe you'd want to do like actual FDA approved antibiotics for it. So,
Yes. So homeopathic is just like home remedies.
Right.
And I don't think that would. Plus, if you just start all willy-nilly giving antibiotics without having a root cause, you may not be treating the source like it should be treated.
That makes sense. Yeah. So I blew that one. So I'm good with y'all's answer, and we'll roll with that.
Cool. All right. This one's going to be 11, yeah?
Yep.
If the children are not vaccinated with the MMR vaccine, we have all selected D, all the above. They're more likely to develop serious medical conditions if they are not vaccinated, more likely to be infect others, and more likely to die due to complications from the measles without getting that vaccination.
Yep. So we get vaccinated, flu vaccines. I vaccinate my kids, man. We all have already had our flu vaccines. We've already had them for the past 6-7 years now.
Wow.
In a row. So.
Yep. I mean, I'd rather get the shot and
get a little flu than
have a little flu than have a full-on blown attack of it and just knock you out.
Yeah. What are the active ingredients in vaccines? And we all chose D. It's a dead or nearly dead bacteria or virus.
Help your body build the immunity.
Yeah.
Yep. And then 13, true false, vaccines are considered dietary supplements and thus not regulated by the FDA, and that is false. They are heavily regulated. Anything that they give to the masses have gone under intense clinical trials and double-blind experiments and all that stuff for them to be able to make those claims.
You're right. 14, when people follow the advice of celebrities whose recommendations contradict the advice of doctors and medical staff, we all chose C, both A and B. They're failing to recognize the facts that the celebrity status does not equate with expertise and are more likely to put themselves or family members at risk just because some famous celebrity says to.
Gotta love those celebrities, man.
Yeah, I
Anything
remember
for
that. I remember when
Gene
and
McCarthy?
yeah, and Jim Carrey, and I was like I really like Jim Carrey, and then I was like, hey, why would you tell people to do stupid shit like that? That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, and her son is, he is autistic. He's a functioning autistic.
Yeah.
I remember her show, The Wahlbergs, or with Donnie or whatever it is.
Mm-hmm.
And he was on there, and he's, I don't know, I think I would call it a mild case, but he's on that lower end of the spectrum.
Yeah.
And that's just, I never knew that's how he became autistic until reading this. I knew he was autistic and they were up in arms about vaccination, but I never knew that's the direct one it was related to.
And it wasn't. That was the problem. It wasn't. And
Oh,
there's
really?
It's not. That was what made it so bad. Is they went on all these national Larry King Live and a bunch of other talk shows talking about how the MMR is what caused it, but it's not what caused it. But they were only associating with because he was fine. He got the MMR, and then he wasn't fine, which they didn't do any research on how autistic children become. It's not immediate. It's something that takes place over time, and that they could be up to 5 years old before they start showing signs of autism.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Number 15, Jenny McCarthy's campaign against the MMR vaccine is based on the following argument. And we all chose B. Both conclusions are invalid and unsound.
Basically what we were just talking about.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. I said, man, we've all had our vaccine. And, I don't think it causes it, in my opinion at all. But there are some people that believe that.
Heavily believe it.
I think
Yeah.
want to find not an excuse, but the fact is, some things just happen, and that's the way they are. And everybody
Just
blames something else.
the hand you get dealt. Yeah.
Yep. So let me type in our names here.
I'll do my eval tonight when I get home. So
Cool.
I need all the points I can get.
Yeah, I know. So do y'all had to fill out your entire thing again?
I did. I started over.
Yeah.
I just opened it up, split screen, and just kind of copied and pasted and then compared them and made sure I had them in the right spots.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I did the same thing, man. I just started over. I copied it from both the lab and the class, and it wasn't too bad. Like I said, I think mine was like a high 91 or like mid 92, so 91 or 92. But hopefully, like I said, man, I didn't study one lick for this test, man. I just went with my knowledge that I had, and I think I did it like in 45 minutes or so. And
Yeah, I did too.
Got like a 70. I think I got like 74, 75 or something like that.
Yeah. They feel difficult when you're taking them, but common sense kind of plays into it too. You just kind of think it out. And
this one actually seems like it's going to be okay because I've done the Sparrow, and the Sparrow was pretty easy. I've done the reading quiz, and the reading quiz was really easy. Or all of it was based on common sense. So looking at this one, I think, and then reading over some of like the other stuff, some of the questions in the lectures, like the CAM lectures that are PowerPoints, all of that stuff, it seems pretty common sense.
Well, that's good.
Oh
So,
man, we're almost there, man. We just got 3 left.
I know.
This week. So, man, I remember starting this class. We're like, oh shit.
yeah.
Here we are, man. We're almost
What do we
done.
get ourselves into?
Yeah, it felt. I mean, just kind of start rolling with it. Just keep going, keep going. Oh, wait a minute, we're almost done. Wait, we're
Yeah.
done.
Yeah,
Yep.
getting there. Again, on the ILQ for this week, make sure you set some time. It's not timed, but it is like reading intensive and a lot of videos. And like I said, it's not 10 questions or 6 questions. It's like 20 questions, but it's not timed.
Gotcha.
So.
All right.
Well, all right, gentlemen.
Boys, I appreciate it. Sorry, I'm on the road.
Oh,
no
you're all
worries.
right, man.
No worries.
All righty. Well, I'm gonna get this uploaded here and do the eval here in a minute. So we'll talk to y'all later.
Sounds
Hey,
good.
man.
Talk to y'all. See you,
Y'all be
boys.
careful. All right.
Bye.
All right.